So a couple of tips about number 42. This is in 6/8, so it has a really swinging feel. And the first beat of every measure should get the most emphasis. Ya-da-dump, ba-da-dump, ba-da-dup-bum-bum-bum, ba-da-ba-ba-dup, bum-bum, ba-da-ba-ba-dup, bum-bum. So it has a really dancey feel. Listen to just the first line. A couple of other aspects about this piece is you've got lots and lots of dynamics, so you can really overdo those. And you've got accents in very strategic places, like the second measure of the third line of the piece. And you have some different articulations. One you may not have encountered before occurs in the third measure of the second line, where you've got dots like staccato written underneath a slur. These should be done as very legato, but still tongued. So da, 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 da. Let me demonstrate. I'll start at the pickups to the third measure of the second line. So very long, very connected, but you still are doing a little light tongue on every note. And finally, the last challenge with this piece are the grace notes. They should come before the beat, and you have to usually squeeze them in right after a 16th note, and that's tempo of dotted quarter note equals 72. That's pretty quick. Da 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 da. This is the pickups to the third measure of the piece, just so you can hear a little bit of that one more time. So, you want to play those grace notes loud enough that we know that they're not a mistake, but they are still leading to the big note, so the G in the case of the third measure, and the downbeat still gets the most emphasis. Ba-da-ba-ba-da, bum-bum, ba-da-ba-da, bum-bum. My suggestion for this piece would be to start it with the metronome, beating in eighth notes, and then work it up quicker. We're going to just work on the first line of the piece, starting with the metronome at eighth note equals 100. So I'll be having 6 beats in every measure, and you're feeling the eighth note as the beat. You're really looking to get all of your details in, even though you're playing it really slow, and really keep it with the metronome. So I might ramp this up to, well, let's do eighth note equals 116. And then we'll do the same chunk of music, the first line, and hear how that goes. You want to find a portion of the music that is short enough that you can get it pretty close to perfect pretty quickly, and then have this process of increasing your speed. I'm going to set the metronome as eighth note equals 136 this time. You might want to do a couple of settings in between on the way to this speed. Let's hear how that sounds. How about we ramp that up to eighth note equals 160. Give that another try. Now I'm going to put it all the way up to 200. Try that again. I didn't think that my grace notes were super clear, so I'm going to try that again. That was better. So I'm going to repeat that at this speed to really get that ingrained. I was happy with that. I'm going to repeat it one more time. So when you're preparing for something like this, you want to practice it to the point where you can't get it wrong, rather than to the point where you just get it right once. That's when you'll really get consistency. So ramping up the tempo like that, having a small chunk of music you're working on. You could even do just 2 measures, ba-da-dum, 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 ba-ba-bum. That would be a great little chunk of work. And getting that repetition in on those chunks is what's going to really make you play consistently.